Hey J family, we're back in the second of our Mega Shonen Friday back-to-back reviews. We just finished reviewing legendary 40th anniversary Genki Damatsuri Super Saiyan Son Goku, so make sure to check that out. I know it seems like a longer video, it's actually not. I just got a little carried away at the end with comparisons, so if you guys want to skip those comparisons, that's fine. But as you can see on the side here, we did compare him to multiple generations of Goku, and it was a lot of fun. We did the original 2011 Cell Games Begins and even Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So lots of fun there, and I even did a live unboxing and comparison to our little Dragon Ball Evolved Goku. So if you want to get in on all the Goku action and all the Dragon Ball fun, make sure to check out that review, and let's get into Kinnikuman. So it's been a little while since we've done a Kinnikuman review. The last Kinnikuman review I did was the Revoltech Mini Warsman review, which was a lot of fun. We did that the same day that we did Cyborg Ninja Grey Fox over here. In the double review with Warsman and Grey Fox. And this guy's review exploded. Thank you so much for all the likes, all the support. Warsman review definitely did well as well. Kinnikuman I know is a bit more of an older unknown franchise. So if you guys want to show some support for Kinnikuman, make sure to drop a like on this video to let the community, let the world know we want to see more Kinnikuman. I really appreciate everyone's support on everything that we do. Recently we've been doing a lot of Sengoku Basara content, and it's been exploding. I really appreciate that. You can tell that the content is from my heart and my passion. So when we revisit older series and it does well, it means a lot to me, and it shows that our blood is strong. So we're gonna take a look today at Romando limited edition, the black armor, black coat Kevin Mask. And the reason I'm struggling to get all of him in view is because this box and this boy is massive. So it's from the Romando line, which is a very long running line of Kinnikuman figures that come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. And unlike other lines of Kinnikuman figures, I guess other than Kinkeshi, which, I mean, you could call them figures by technical definition, but you know what I'm trying to say. In terms of Kinnikuman toy lines, I don't think there's one quite like the Romando toy line, where they literally have almost every single Kinnikuman character or villain you could think of, no matter how absurdly sized they are. It's honestly kind of crazy. So we're gonna do a review of Kevin Mask today. We're gonna take a look at obviously his presentation, his accessories, his articulation, and then if I can find a way to put Kevin down, because he's so massive, we're gonna do a quick comparison just for fun with Genki Damatsuri Goku, since we have him here. We're gonna do some comparisons to the original Kinnikuman. Well, not the original, but you know what I mean, the OG Kinnikuman Perfect Origin arc. And maybe I'll pop out Terry Man just for a comparison for the 2018 Kinnikuman line. I mean, not 2018, 2016 Kinnikuman line. And then obviously, how can I do a Kevin Mask review without comparing him to his father, right? And last thing I want to mention before we get into the meat and potatoes is for my Kinnikuman fans, I do have the whole Kinnikuman line. So this is a review that's already up, Super Phoenix, make sure to check that out. But the rest of these guys don't have reviews yet, and I'm gonna be open up voting moving forward. I already did a poll last time for the rest of the Kinnikuman guys, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And these are just, obviously there's too many of them. I could spend all day showing you all of them. I don't want to waste too much time. We're already kind of 5 minutes into it. And I really appreciate the viewers last time for voting for Toyohisa Shimazu. So if you missed out on Shimazu's review and Shimazu's Let's Pose, make sure to check that out. Show some support. Show J-Man some love and assistance for all the investments he's made into the channel. I'm definitely trying, J family. And I apologize for this review taking so long to get out there. It's just, you know, we're adults, we're humans. we have to take care of ourselves too, right? But let's get into it. Let's celebrate our heroes, celebrate why this channel exists, and share this passion together. So, sadly, with this figure, unlike something like Genki Damatsuri Goku, once I open this box, I mean, I can keep the box, but this figure, I believe, you can see it from how yellow the box is. This figure is 25 years old or 23 years old, something like that. Came out in the mid-2000s during Kinnikuman Nisei. The anime was airing. And I have to admit, this was a figure that I really wanted, but particularly because unlike the original Kinnikuman characters like Robin Mask and Kinnikuman himself, where over the course of time happened to get merchandise, for some odd reason, I feel like Kinnikuman Nisei was very big. Well, not some odd reason. It was localized as Ultimate Muscle in the US, which most people know it as from 4Kids, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is that it kind of felt like in the long span and the test of time, we didn't get more of these guys, which is surprising because as the years went on, we got more of the original Kinnikuman. Not hating whatsoever. I love all Kinnikuman. But just something that was surprising. You can see the official Toei sticker right there. Kind of crazy to think that even all those years ago, we were getting Toei stickers on boxes. Kind of cool. Little golden sticker of official approval. But yeah, so while I unbox, well, before I unbox, because I'm gonna cry ripping this out the box, Miles Morales style. Let's talk about who Kevin Mask is. So Kevin Mask. What is Ultimate Muscle / Kinnikuman Nisei, the second generation? So Kevin Mask is the son of Robin Mask in the same way that the main character, quote unquote, because I think Kevin Mask is the real main character, but the main character, Montaro, is the son of Kinnikuman. Kevin Mask is the rival, and he pretty much comes into the story because Robin Mask, especially after all his defeats to Kinnikuman, puts a lot of pressure on Kevin Mask to grow up a certain way, and Kevin Mask, similar to actually Kinnikuman Soldier's story to an extent, doesn't want to follow that path and kind of leaves. But unlike Kinnikuman Soldier, where Soldier just kind of did his own thing, Kevin Mask joined the DMP, which is kind of funny that it's spelled Damon, but it's supposed to be Demon Making Plant. The Demon Making Plant is the second generation of these fellas, which is the Akuma Chojin. And I definitely want to do a review for Ashura, man. He's one of my favorite figures of all time. He looks great. But what I'm trying to get at is these are the evil Chojin, and Kevin Mask, despite being born a Segi Chojin, which means Justice Chojin, chooses to join the Akuma Chojin. And yeah, it's kind of a short version of it, but eventually he chooses and meets other people and gets into battles, and in usual shonen fashion, kind of changes his heart a little bit. And yeah, so one thing I want to talk about the box is, and yeah, you can already see it there. Really cool that they have the Kinniku logo like in this big, I don't want to say subtle, but it is subtle. It's something that you wouldn't really see until you pick it up and you're like, wait a minute, the Kinniku mark. And it just gives like the figure like a really premium feel. I mean, there's a reason I haven't even unboxed this guy and we're still talking about the box. Got the little Kevin Mask there. I like that they have the wrestling ropes, kind of makes it feel like he's in the corner of the ring. And you can kind of see it in the back. There's some text. We'll get a closer look when we open it. Kinnikuman Second Generations, Nisei, Aggressive Fighter, Yude Tamago, authors of Kinnikuman. And this is showing off like a Montaro, which after seeing Kevin, part of me is a little motivated to look for this guy. But these guys are super rare. Like if you look up these dudes, sometimes they go for hundreds of dollars online. It was like a stroke of luck that I happened to be looking at the right time and I looked in the right place. And luckily, shout outs to Phantom Man on Reddit, Kinnikuman subreddit. He actually helped me look this guy up. And I found them and I'm like, lit. It's time to get them. All right, guys. It's time for the most important part, the unboxing. So let me put Goku to the side so he doesn't get caught in any collateral damage. All right, guys. I got to sip my water for this. Oh, God. All right, J family. No pressure. Just a 25-year-old Holy Grail that you can never reseal. Oh, God. Forgive me, Lord. Oh, no. Yamero. Yamero. Trying to be careful with it, J family. Hi. All right, let me try it. Let me try the knife. No, it's ripping the art. Try not to rip the art. Oh, man, J family. Ay, 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 J family. Literally swallowing my spit, J family. Ay, ay, ay. J family. J family, please drop a like for me. J family. Please drop a like for J man. Oh my God. I'm literally doing it for the J family. You gotta admit though, this is a professional unboxing. That was clean. That was a clean incision. Swapped angles. All right, J family. I feel like I'm doing a surgeon. Case successfully removed. Here's the first layer. Oh, that was the first layer, technically. Here's the second layer. This is crazy, J family. Kevin Mask. Damn, Kevin looks sick. Quick, let's just check this out. I think this is showcasing the other characters. Yeah. Oh, awesome. This is sick. Look, I can actually show you guys. Wow, this is really cool. Wow. That's awesome. I don't want to bend it up too much because this feels classic, but look at that. Whoa. It's literally a gallery of all the Kinnikuman. You can see how there was like a million variations. Look, Kinnikuman with the Scramble for the Throne armor. And then obviously this is supposed to be the version with the blood on it, quote unquote. Super Phoenix. Oh, muscle, super muscle brothers. Zebra. Evil version. Oh, Robin Mask with the staff, Mariposa. Yo, this is really cool. This is a cool piece of history. I'm dead meat. That's funny. Yo, Akuma Shogun looks massive, bro. You know, it's funny, look how cheap these guys are. 1,200 yen at the time. 3,000, yo, these guys were mad cheap at the time. These guys are mad expensive now. Oh, look, Warsman. Yo, I've never seen this Warsman. Warsman DX. Dude, he has like a bunch of different faceplates. Different heads. Yo, they went crazy with Robin masks. They love Robin. This is really cool, man. I'm really glad we got to show this off. This feels like a piece of history right here. As a Kinnikuman fan, my heart is a little full right now. That was awesome. I feel like my figure came with a bonus. That was really cool. Really cool. I'm definitely gonna keep the box. I mean, I was never gonna throw out the box. You're crazy. I actually met some people who said they throw out the box for these guys. I'm like, I don't know, okay, it's not me. Layer number 2 removed. And then how they got the muscles on this plastic. Look at that. That's funny. Bunch of layers so far, guys. Woo! Kevin Mask. Dude. Kevin Mask looks like art. This is crazy. This is a 25-year-old figure right here, guys. This is crazy. Yo, look at the paint on Kevin's armor, yeah. Don't mind these little stains on Kevin. This guy is old. He's been sitting in that coffin. Wow. Sorry I'm a little quiet, J family. Let's kind of recenter ourselves real quick. All right, before our eyes get lost in the universe that is Kevin, let's take a look at the back of the box. I'm actually glad I took my time to cleanly cut it because it looks pretty great. Koukan ni ichimotsu. I had to translate that. I wonder what that means. We'll probably put up the translation here post edit. But it's definitely a catchphrase. It's not one that I'm familiar with though. And I know a lot of the Kiniku Man quotes. Okay, J family. So before we get into the cloth pieces, there's 2 cloth pieces. He has his demon-making plant shirt, and he has his iconic jacket, right? But the only reason I want to very briefly mention this is because the figure came with a notice. And the notice reads, "Thank you for purchasing Romando Kevin Mask. It should be noted that this figure, as I mentioned before, is made of PVC. And because of that, it is insisted that if you are not actively using the figure, take the clothes off of Kevin, because apparently if you leave him in rooms that are very hot or direct sunlight for too long, it can lead to the figure being warped, first of all, so don't leave him in a hot car. And second of all, the notice also said that if you use the clothes on Kevin, right, but you leave the clothes on Kevin, like just for example, and it's actually, I'm glad I read it because I was originally going to do that myself. Like let's say I put the shirt on him and I put the jacket and I just leave him on my shelf. Over time, the black on the clothes will melt onto Kevin's thing, onto Kevin's PVC, which means that Kevin will end up like being covered in black soot. Obviously you don't want that. So it says that if you intend to display him on a shelf with the clothing, to apparently cover Kevin in like plastic or tape, like cover his muscles. That way the black doesn't get on it. But we're not gonna be doing that. We're just gonna be showing you guys. It says for a brief demonstration, it's fine, so we should be fine. And I did read the instructions, and apparently you can pop these bad boys off, yeah. So if I did have another character that had fists, you could definitely swappy swap. Yeah, these bad boys do come off. So that's pretty cool. Put Kevin down very quick. T-shirt open. Just kind of want to show this for the J family. Bring his arms forward. That'll probably be easier, right? Oh, you know what's cool? We could use this shirt for Baki too. Haha. Maybe I could show that off really quick. Or maybe I could use Baki's shirt on Kevin. Wait, no, I can't use Baki's shirt on Kevin because the way Baki's shirt works, you have to take the head off. That wouldn't work. But I could definitely use Kevin's shirt on Baki. That's funny. Looks pretty good. Just fix his hair. Actually, I love cloth pieces, so cloth goods, I should say. They always look super good on figures. Yeah, man. I mean, that's 20 out of 10. That looks super good, man. I actually wish I could leave that on him. I don't want to say all the time because I really love how his tattoo looks. Let's show him without the jacket really quick, just a shirt. That looks super good. So Kevin Mask comes with a lot of versions. I'll probably put a picture of it up here. But there's a version of him with red armor. There's a version of him with blue armor. And then this is supposed to be the black, the black version. Which obviously is not totally black, but it still looks great. And it has a lot of black on it. So. But yeah, and then there is another version of this one that has the pink shirt with the blue jacket. But I wanted the black one because it looks sick. And it definitely looks really good, man. It's kind of funny how this just ever so slightly rides up a little bit because of how big the straps are. I like it. It looks really good. It looks super good even without the jacket. That's what's crazy. That's kind of why I want to show it off really quick. But yeah. And then obviously you still got your full range of motion with the jacket on. So that's pretty cool. I honestly think this character looks really cool, man. I'm very happy. Kevin Mask is like my favorite Kiniko Man Nisei character, so very happy. Arguably one of my favorite Kiniko Man characters, period, right? Because Robin is my favorite. Kevin doesn't fall too far from the tree. Alright, so let's take the hands off once again. I'm trying to be a little gentle with it because I don't want to break it, obviously. And the jacket. This jacket is fire. I feel like the jacket is going to be a pain to get on, though. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not that difficult so far. Feels like I'm putting on a real jacket. Not trying to sound funny, but like, damn. All right, let me put this sleeve down probably. Yeah. Struggling to get the jacket on. Oh, it's the hair. I'm like, why is it not coming up? It's the hair. Oof. Yeah, watch out for that, J family. The hair in the back makes the jacket definitely a bit of a challenge to put on. We're getting it though. Kevin's starting to look like a Hokuto no Ken character. Hokuto no Kevin. Hey. Hey, that looks so cool. かっこいい。北斗のケビン。北斗の剣。It looks so cool, J family. I'm very happy. This double review is a lot of fun. I'm smiling ear to ear right now. Super cool, man. Super cool. The coat just looks too good. The coat looks too damn good, man. Trying to make sure I got a good view of him. Coat just looks too clean. He looks mad clean with the shoulder pads are massive. But I actually like it. Like, it's making me laugh, but it gives him an aura to it. You know what I mean? Aura. It's really good. I like this figure a lot. Obviously, articulation is not the craziest in the world, but in terms of the presentation, I can't lie, this is a 25-year-old figure, and he is smoking some new figures. This is really good. The coat is just too clean, yo. The coat is too clean. I want to see if we could try to get a pose where, like, he's, like, grabbing the coat. You know what I mean? Kind of like how he... Nah, not really, just because you kind of can. You know what pose I'm trying to do. You kind of can. Not on both sides, but on one side for sure. That's pretty cool. Definitely really cool, man. This figure is fire. Kevin definitely looks sick. I just wish that the articulation wasn't so limited. But other than that, you look fire. Look at that. That looks dope. Only thing that's annoying me a little bit, ever since I took the hand off, his hand is not secure as it was before. But it's still really good stuff. I'm sorry I'm like just glazing it. It just looks great. Yeah, the jacket is really good. Doesn't have any buttons. It looks great. Lots of detail. Unfortunately, it is not... Yeah, it's not a wireframe, so it's not like I can pose it in a certain way and keep it there. Yeah, it's not a wireframe. But you still can manipulate it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to get kind of wind pose going, I'd probably do a pose like this. Try to make it seem like his hands are in his pockets. So sometimes, because of how big his arms are, it's kind of hard to get those certain kinds of poses. Yeah, you'd have to do it. You'd have to manipulate the camera a little bit. Do it something like that. But it looks really good still. Like if you're a fan of Kevin Mask, I would definitely say get this. Yeah, it looks super great still. Looks like, I feel like I'm holding a statue. All right, so let's give some final thoughts after we do the comparisons. I'm gonna take off all the Kevin stuff, so we'll cut right back. All right, J family, I'm gonna clean it off, but this was what I was warning you guys about. I literally put the shirt on him one time, and that's what happened. So I'm about to give him a quick scrub. I don't know. But let's take a look at Kevin himself. I gotta admit, Kevin looks amazing. Other than the little old school stains on him, he looks pretty great. This dude is like beefy, but you know what's weird about this? I don't really know how to describe it. The plastic that this dude is made of, it's like almost, I'm not sure if it's PVC, but super like, I'm trying to find the right descriptor, J family, I'm sorry. Just a rare figure like this, this is my first Romando ever. I've never handled one. It's almost like a sculpture. Yeah, literally how he feels. It feels like I'm holding like someone sculpted clay. It's amazing. It has a very premium. I'm not even trying to force it yet before we get into articulation. But that's a very point amount. Obviously, this is a totally different generations of figure. But isn't it kind of crazy? Just look at the detail and the paint and the shading. It's kind of insane. And what's crazier to think is that back in the day when these guys were coming out, they were coming out for like $20 or $30 a piece. Granted though, if you do the math, I think $20 back then, pretty sure was more expensive than what $20 is now, but let's focus back on Kevin. Yeah, he looks amazing. Let's kind of start from the top. So most importantly, like all the Robin masks, is the mask, right? Is the helmet. And Kevin's looks, I'm trying to get as close to it the camera as possible. It looks phenomenal. There's so many different colors going on that when I had him in the box, I couldn't even really tell. But, I mean, just look at that. Wow. It's like a mix of like, you can definitely see the black, right? Like that's black on the corners of the mask. So it's like they have this black hue running through the corners of his mask, trying to get him as close as possible. Black hues on the corners. Wow. Yeah, black hues on the corners of his mask, surrounded by this violet kind of, violet. Oh my, there's so many colors. Surrounded by this like violet hue or after finish, but there's still blue. So here's my crackpot theory. Let's try to break it down. I think the plastic itself was some type of navy blue. And then they went with a beautiful like violet finish. And then after they hued it with the violet, they added the black afterwards. So he has three colors going on. He's got like that blue / violet, and then also the black. And it looks really good. And then obviously not to mention his little earring, which they cleverly, especially for an older figure, they actually did it pretty well. There's a nice little spike. And this is all pointy. This is not a soft piece. So I would not recommend this piece for younger collectors. His hair is even like a super solid piece, which obviously might limit some of his articulation. But this, like as I already mentioned a few minutes ago, this feels more like a sculpture than a figure, but we'll get into that. His muscles look phenomenal, especially for a 25-year-old figure. It's kind of crazy, or a 20-plus-year-old figure. His traps are really big, which I appreciate that. Kind of sculpted a bit oddly, just in terms of the way it looks, like when it meets here. But I think that's not really a side effect of the muscles itself. I think that's just because of the age of the figure. Yeah, like you see the seams of the glue there for the muscles. But again, he's an older figure, so I don't want to beat him over the head for that. But little stuff like that. I do really like how beefy he looks though, right? And I do like that his tries and his shoulders, especially his rear tries, they have nice, it's not doing too much. I'm not saying the new Kinnikuman Man is doing too much. It's a 2025 figure, definitely generations apart, but for its age, I'm gonna keep repeating that. It looks really good. And then I also really like how the chest piece here, like I like this front portion. This looks really good, this top half. Not saying this looks great too, but this upper slate is just that's a solid presentation right there. And I like how it kind of solves that issue, ironically, that I had with DMP Demonstration Goku, where he has those extra abs that kind of give him that extra height. And if you pull them backwards, you can see he even had another hit in him underneath there. So that's kind of cool. And some decent pecs going on. I actually kind of like this figure. And then the forearms. I always thought with the Romandos, this is where they age shows, you know, the elbow joints. But gets the job done. I think from the back it looks a little weird. But I do appreciate that they started adding, because the older ones don't have this, but they started adding more detail into the forearm to kind of help with this guy. And obviously the most important thing, so what the heck is this tattoo? So Kevin Mask, anytime he defeats a wrestler or he defeats an opponent, he gets a tattoo of how he defeated them on his back. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like his thing. I like it. It's dope. And I'm very happy that it's the detail that's here, because it's a super important one. And I actually think, even for an older figure, this actually looks really good. You would have newer figures that don't even look this good. And I know it's probably just a side effect because of the age and the paint bleeding a little bit, but I know it's not intentional, but I actually really like it. I think it looks really good. He has like a little butt flap here. But this butt flap looks like it's more for like when you want to sit or like do a wrestling pose. Then his gloves. His gloves look alright. I do like that there's different hues on them though. That I appreciate. Like the paint job is definitely good. The molding is just a bit aged, right? The molding has aged a little bit, but the paint kind of holds up. There you go, a little bit of dark brown / black into the light brown, into the dark brown again. It's cool. But not revolutionary, but it's decent. You got the midsection. So the way they handle the waist area is definitely interesting. And I guess I'll see as to why when we get into articulation. But Kevin doesn't really have a butt. Whole booty. But it has like a weird groove. So I'm interested what was the intention behind that groove. It's like something, it's like, I don't know, probably for the wrestling moves. But yeah. I do think though that I like the creases in the pants. These are well molded. And it sounds like a cheat, but the creases like here, and then the gloves and all the extra muscle details. For an older figure, that's what starts to give it. The details start adding up, and then it's like, oh, this, especially the face, is very good. It starts to give it a premium feel. One thing I've always liked about Kevin, and I've seen even people on Japanese Twitter joke around about it, so I know it's true. People have called Kevin Mask a JoJo character in Kinnikuman. And not necessarily because of his personality, even though there's nothing about his personality that is bizarre, but more so because of the fact that his design. Like, when I put on the coat and everything, this is the black version, but his base color scheme actually resembles Jotaro quite a bit, because his coat, his shirt is blue, and then his coat, I'll probably put a picture of it right here. His shirt is blue, but then his coat is pink. I'm gonna pause, other way around. His shirt is pink, but then his coat is blue. So it gives him a Jotaro kind of look. But I only mention that because when I saw these bad boys, it reminded me of like Dio or someone like that. But it looks super good. I mean that in the best way possible. These little buckle straps on his boots. I just think the little pink accents, plus the yellow and the brown, it surprisingly complements the darker colors very well. It's really good. Especially right here. All this extra paint and shading, like, I can't lie, even though it's an older figure with clearly limited articulation, not in a bad way, but despite those setbacks, it really just gives it this like premium feel. Like it really has a premium feel. Like I feel like I'm holding a statue of Kevin Mask. It's just sometimes with the way that they did the legs, yeah, I just feel like they always look a little off, but we'll get into that. So let's take a look at articulation now. So this is my first time handling a Romando, and this is my first time handling Kevin Mask. He's obviously a rare figure, so let's kind of take it step by step together and take it slow. So let's start from the top. So I already had kind of figured that it would be a little limited because of the hairpiece, and it seems that that is true, unfortunately. I mean, you can get it. I can get at least a full sideways view, which that I'm grateful for, because I was worried that you wouldn't be able to get that. Yeah, you can get a full sideways view, but yeah, I don't really want to force it, but it doesn't look like you can get a 360. But I could be wrong, because we have to get the shirt on somehow. Oh, never mind, I see how you get it on. Yeah, we don't need to take the head off. So that's the head. See, there's literally no forward and back. It doesn't exist. It's not a ball joint. So no forward and back. That is unfortunate. Only side to side. But older figure. All right, let's see what the arms are looking like. I'm a little scared here, so I'm gonna try to be gentle. Okay, so the arm seems to be sitting on a ball joint there. So maybe I don't have to be too scared. But it does go up pretty decent. Yeah, it does go up pretty decent, no lie. That's more than I was expecting, to be honest with you, J family. So shout outs to Kevin. And then you can actually get, I guess that before was just like a neutral pose to cover the gap, but you can actually get it to go further down too. One reason I'm trying to be gentle with it too is because remember how I said it feels like a sculpture? So I don't want to grind the shoulder against this. That's why I'm kind of handling it with a little bit of care. All right, so the forward is not that bad actually. The forward is actually better than I thought. I'm trying to see if he can do like a Kamehameha pose. I mean, obviously you can't bend the wrists. I mean, you can't bend this. That doesn't twist. But kinda, somewhat. It looks more like an Athena exclamation than a Kamehameha, but it still looks good. More importantly, can they do a tower bridge? You kinda can. Kinda, somewhat. You just gotta be careful when you're manipulating this shoulder. That's all. You gotta be careful with that. Let's see if we can hit Kiniku Man with a tower bridge. Luckily, I'm actually glad that Kiniku Man is so big, because the Romando guys are huge, so. We could kind of hit him with a tower bridge. It would require more, you know, handling, me actually trying to get Suguru into that pose, but I guess, I mean, I expected the figure to be limited in articulation. I kind of just wanted him because he was Kevin. But the fact that it is articulated in the first place is pretty dope. I do like the rotation here is not bad though. That I actually like. It's just a shame that they didn't continue the good energy that was started, the good faith that began. If this had like an elbow swivel, that would have been really nice. And if this had older figure, that would have been cool though. And yeah, the wrist swivel, as I mentioned. Now let's check out the ab crunch. So this is like trying to go forwards. His forward is actually, I mean, again, for a dude his size, that's actually not that bad. You could definitely get, I mean, it's a substitute for his lack of head articulation, but You can definitely get like a menacing looking down kind of pose. He's cool. Visually, he looks great. It's just he's lacking articulation. That's why I say it feels more like a posable statue. This is the back. You could definitely get like a masaka, like a nani kind of pose. Pretty good. I like it. Like, what the heck? So the back is not terrible, actually. I actually think that's pretty decent. And the cool part about this is it's not the most in the world, obviously, because of the mold, but you can twist it a little bit. So you can get, you can get some decent looking poses going. I wish he actually came with swappable hands. That would have been cool, but just because, obviously having the hands in the same position all the time, you can't really get a punching pose going, but that's not what these guys were meant for anyways. Still pretty cool though. Actually, I don't want to test it because this guy's a rare figure, but I'm curious if you could just pop the hand off and swap it, because if you saw in the back of the box art, Montado has fists. So I wonder if you'd just be able to swippy swap. Because Montado's fists, I've seen the figure. They're the same. They look almost the same. They're like, he wears brown gloves too. So, but what's funny is this costume of Kevin is the one that wears gloves. Kevin's base outfit, he has armor. He doesn't wear gloves. But anyways, so yeah, that's the waist. Pretty good. And then you can also get a swivel there. And that is a seamless 360. No challenge. So yeah, for a big beefy dude and for as tall as he is, he's got a lot of waist movement. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can even like rock it side to side. Pretty good stuff. All right, let's check out the legs. Okay, the legs. I mean, that explains his real lack of booty because he does get a pretty good, again, for his size, pretty decent back. Let's check what the forward looks like. Forward is a little bit more limited, but technically, by all definitions, he does the job. I do like this though. This is important. I mean, I don't have other Romandos, so I can't really have him do a Kiniku, or I can't have him get Kiniku busted by anybody. Even one of the biggest fellas I have doesn't compare to him, but you could get a Kiniku buster pose going. More importantly though, you can get a pretty cool heel stomp going though. I will say that. You can't get him stomping the crap out of somebody, so that's nice. I do wish, again, it's just older figure, lack of swivel. I wish I could get this and then swivel the knee. That would have been cool. But it's all good. I still think it looks pretty good. I actually think that the knees look better than these. But it's probably just because the legs are a lot thicker. It's also very well sculpted. I know I already spoke about presentation, but it's really good. The thick calves. And then you got the ankles right here. So the ankle rocks about that much. Okay. You do get a 360 on the ankle, but this ankle is actually really stiff, so I kind of don't want to force that actually. But yeah, then the ankle does go back and forth. And I mean, I could try to, but I think it's pretty safe to say Kevin doesn't get the Yujido split, right? I think that should have been fairly obvious. All right, so let's get Kevin into a neutral pose and then let's check out his accessories. All right, J family, let me know in a comment how you feel about this. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like getting this guy into a neutral pose always looks weird. Not because of this is fine, because of this. Because if you look at his knees are molded differently, right? So whenever I try to get him to stand up totally straight, it just looks like he's twisting one of his legs. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but just wanted to point that out. All right, J family, I just spent like almost 20-30 minutes wiping down the Smurf stains off of Kevin. So you can still kind of see it a little bit right here and right here. And I will admit it was a side effect, but because the clothing stained his body, I cleaned it off for the most part. You can see he's pretty clean now, but on the back at least, it gave it like an unintentional purple hue. And I'm not gonna lie, I wiped it down here, but up here, I kind of left it. I'm like, it actually looks kind of cool. It gives the tattoo like a maelstrom power to it now. It actually looks really good now. Unintentional side effect of the purple stain, but this looks like even better than it did before. I just gotta clean the chest up a little more. I have to scrub it down more and then maybe scrub this bicep a little more. That's pretty much it. He was looking like a Smurf when I took the jacket off though. I had to literally cut away to like clean him off. It was looking crazy. But let's kind of give some comparisons really quick so we can give some final thoughts on Kevin Mask. So, comparison to Perfect Origin Arc Suguru, the most recent Kiin Nikko Man figure. Yeah, I mean, it's not even close. They're nowhere near the same scale. Kevin Mask is like, I think, a foot. Revol Mini Robin Mask. Again, not even close. And then, just for funsies, right him out next to Genki Damatsuri Goku. Yeah, I mean, again, not even close. But Goku is an amazing figure. Make sure to check out his review in case you're not already. And then last but not least, Hanma Baki. The reason I had to pick Baki is Baki's actually one of my taller figures. So, Baki is the closest, actually. This looks like a lore accurate Baki fight. Because you know how in Baki is supposed to be short? It's like if Kevin and Baki fought, it feels like Baki would be this tall. You know what I mean? Feels like Baki would be looking up at Kevin. But pretty great stuff. I'm happy with my collection. Definitely lots more figures. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, J family. What are my final thoughts on Kevin Mask? Well, I think Kevin Mask is honestly an amazing collector's piece. It's definitely a figure that takes a step at a time. I would say the major obvious flaw is that because of the age of this figure and the fact that he's made out of PVC, it makes it a little difficult in using him the way that he was designed with the cloth goods, because obviously the cloth goods, I mean, I literally did it one time and it automatically stained him. And luckily I was able to clean him up, so he looks pretty good now. I gotta just maybe wash up the abs a little bit, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gave him an unintentional, like, slight blue shading. Even though I cleaned up most all of it off. You just see it a little bit right there, and you see it a little bit right here. I washed it all off for the most part. I probably will get to doing a little bit more scrubbing later, but I kind of actually like a little bit the soft blue hue that it gave the muscles. But in terms of the presentation, I think he looks great, especially the fact that he's a 25-year-old figure. I think his articulation obviously leaves a bit to be desired, but this guy's not really meant to be, in my opinion, a character or a figure, that you play with. It's more so a figure that you kind of collect and is like a shelf piece. So I think for that, he does look great. The articulation is okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but again, 25-year-old figure. I think for the fact he is a 25-year-old figure, he looks amazing. He looks amazing. And the articulation he does have, it's enough to, you know, you could get some poses going if you really wanted to. I just think, again, the major drawback is that you would have to get either a skin suit for him or a plastic or something to cover his body up before you use the cloth goods, which obviously for someone like me, I'm gonna have to look into that now because I want to use the jacket and I want to use the cloth goods, but who knows? For now, at least, I definitely think out of on our letter scale that we've been doing recently, I want to say Romando Kevin for me is definitely a holy grail of holy grails, super rare figure. And I would say I want to give it either a B plus or A minus. Just because I think that the presentation is outstanding, is stellar, is 12 out of 10. But I think the articulation leaves a bit to be desired, especially around these areas. And even for its age, I don't want to totally give it an excuse because I have older figures as well. And there were figures around that time that were still getting it done. So just kind of comes at the cost of going for more of the sculpture kind of look. This figure is more of a presentation piece than a play piece. So, but I definitely think he's still great. I definitely am happy that I have him. It's just, other than, you know, those things like the cloth goods staining the muscles and the lack of articulation and no real accessories really other than the cloth goods, kind of hurts its overall value. But if you are looking for a Kevin mask, let alone a Kevin mask figure, which is almost non-existent, I can only think of maybe less than 5 Kevin mask figures that exist, or less than 10 even, and not even less than 5 actually. I definitely think he's a great piece. I mean, I'm gonna have fun definitely putting him on the shelf. Who knows whether I keep him on the shelf forever or decide that he's too rare and I put him back in the box. But I'm glad that I got to unbox this rare figure for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed and you guys liked. If you guys want to see more Kiniku Man, make sure to drop a like. And if you guys want to see more rare figures in general, we've already invested a lot into our collection. So make sure to join the J family, get in on the vote on the next figure, and I really appreciate all the J family so far. So hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you. I'm trying to get a stiff muscle going. See you for the next one, J family.